Hi, welcome back to La Belle in our long crime content. So we have a Sarah Boone update. I want to first give a super shout out to my awesome subscriber. I'll be your genie in a bottle. She sent me a comment a little while ago that Sarah had posted another letter. I check the docket once a day, and I checked it yesterday, and this letter wasn't there. So lo and behold, there it was. So thank you again so much, Jeannie. Um, and I'll say this concerns me, guys. This really concerns me. And we'll go through it, but I'll just say at the outset here, if what she's saying is true and she hasn't seen her attorney still, this is really concerning. I mean, this isn't doing any justice. Every defendant, in addition to being deemed innocent until proven guilty, is also entitled to adequate representation. If this stuff is true, this, in my opinion, is concerning. I don't know that I would call this adequate representation. Look, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer in Illinois. I'm a lawyer in Florida. I do not like talking about other lawyers. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But this is concerning to me. Okay, so let's go ahead. So she wrote this, looks like the court received it Monday on the 27th, but she wrote it on the 22nd. It was addressed to Mr. Bankowitz. And we'll go through here. I briefly reviewed it, and it looks like we've got some pages missing. So I'll just give you a heads up on that. Okay, Mr. Bankowitz, this is my third letter trying to reach you over another almost 6-week period now. So again, if that's true, he hasn't seen her since he was mandated to do so back in, it was either the November or the December status hearing. The same two phone numbers you've given me still do not work. The one number, your personal cell, goes to voicemail directly and doesn't even ring. I've had this number since you personally gave me back in July 22 upon your appointment as my attorney by the court. Not working still 8 months later. The other number rings and rings and rings until it automatically disconnects me. Not working either. This also is the number you continuously tell me it just needs to be activated. Please activate. I even in my desperation to speak with you had an outside caller try to reach you on my behalf who tried calling your office 3 times over the last almost 3 weeks, leaving a voicemail each time with no reply. We're both hoping you are able to reply to her email she sent today as another form of trying to communicate with you. Wonder who that is. Because it doesn't say he. I would think that would be Brian Boone, but Anyway, I've exhausted my resources. And again, she shouldn't have to have other people reaching out. I've exhausted my resources and am again just sitting here waiting for you to contact me in whatever way you are able, and as soon as possible, please. Time-sensitive matters are at hand, as I have made you aware of previously verbally and in my letters. Now, here's where it doesn't make sense. So we don't have a page number here. And then it says, I know you have attempted to schedule the minimum 15-minute. So that's where it's like, okay, is there more to the story? So I don't know. I know you have attempted to schedule the minimum 15-minute. I'm not quite sure what she's talking about there. But then look here, guys, it says page 3. And you also see this doesn't seem to make any sense. I know you have attempted to schedule the minimum 15-minute. And then she goes, my pretrial conference. So something's missing here. Okay, so this is where I'm wondering if he has tried to contact her. Well, that's why I want to reserve judgment on him, but it's not looking good. Okay. So my pretrial conference, I found out, is now on 3/31, which you said previously, for whatever the reason, I I am unable to attend any of these conferences. Okay, first of all, the court moved the pretrial conference from March 20th to 31st. But again, how would she know that? Mr. Banquet should be explaining that to her. And again, she is able to attend her conferences. So I don't know. The court needs to make sure she's there. Because I believe in the December order, the court ordered that she would thereafter be in attendance and they would arrange for her to be transported. So the court needs to make sure that happens. But I mean, we haven't seen there hasn't been really a hearing where, I mean, I guess she wasn't there during that Zoom conference in January. Well, the court needs to make sure she's there. Okay. So how am I supposed to know what's going on and what you are reporting and what is being discussed between all other parties except me, the main component in my case? Yeah. Especially if we, in a still unestablished attorney-client relationship, are not in regular or proper communication with one another. Why can I not be in attendance and participate in my pretrial conference? How else am I to be kept updated in real time and actual minutes during the conference if not there myself? I have no way of knowing anything if not updated by you, my attorney, and I do not have a computer to use via myself. I mean, yeah. Help me understand, please. How can court TV, different news channels, even quote professional YouTubers, y'all, should I be offended? Attend my pretrial conference and I cannot. How? I'm sure one of the quote other quote parties can help me with updates since they all will be in attendance for me also. Should you be unable to provide? Why can I not be included in my PTC for my case? I'm sure Judge Wooten read this. I mean, again, like I said, I think there's an order for her to be at all of these, but you know darn well she's gonna be there tomorrow. She should be there tomorrow. I'm sure also everything from the conference collected from everything else will be vomited all over the internet, just like everything else has been non-permissively. Or doesn't understand the sunshine laws in Florida, but that should be explained to her by her attorney, what's public, and can add even more dysfunction and ignorance to my prejudgment already made by the world in the great court of public opinion. I would like to be a part of all of this scene as it all pertains to me. Please, it is my right. So many questions, concerns piling and piling up from not being. So this is where it just gets a little confusing that, you know, where did the letter stop? And then see, because it just ends here. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Like I said, if this is true, I mean, we'll have to hear. Tomorrow's hearing should be very interesting. I wish I could be in Orlando. They usually don't stream pretrial conferences, but I'll try to look for it. If not, I'll update you guys as soon as I can see from the docket. But you know, what do you guys think? I mean, this is gonna be an interesting pretrial conference, but things need to change. If he really hasn't been doing any work since he's basically been retained since last July, I mean, this is not good. So anyway, but thanks again for joining. If you would consider liking and subscribing, I'd really appreciate it. I'd really like to grow this channel and be able to cover some additional cases. And so liking and subscribing does help with that. And thanks again for joining, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.